Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be each and every Sunday night, where tonight we're coming to you for round 8 of season 32 Sunday Night Lights here from Summit Point, where we've a bumper crop of the best have joined us. We've got 16 cars amounting to what I think's first or second 6k strength of field we've ever seen here since cutting over to the Formula Ford. So free track, popular one, and a good combination sees us with a bumper crop here tonight. I'm Alex McKellar, and joining me as always is the chaotic one, Mr. Corey Stein. How's it, Corey? As the cars take the track for quali, going to be a big one.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. 6,005. We just kicked over the 6K threshold, and we were thinking for a second it was only going to be 3 splits because we saw the last number of just 60 registered, but we got that magic one at the death of the session closing, and we have 16 of the absolute best drivers out there, and only one driver out of these 16 is below 5K in I rating, which is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's been a while since we've seen one like this, and great to see it here in these new cars for us and this wonderful track here. Just jumping through that field, starting with car number 1, Sam Devantier, the cowboy for Speedy Snails. Joins us once again as car number 1, Kane Halliburton, one of the real talents who pops in from time to time. He's a fantastic driver. Great to see him back here on Sunday night. Expect him to do good things as car number 2. Car number 3, our third 8k I rating driver, Tim Hendrickson. The Flying Dutchman for Team Torpedo in his blue and orange mobile, looking to get in amongst it once again. He's had a couple of wins this season, looking to get another one. Radek Kvitz is car number 4 from the Czech Republic. I think it's the second time we've seen Radek out here on track. He's a very handy driver, and we look forward to seeing what he can do here tonight. The International Man of Mystery, Dimitri Philippides, is back once again for FPM Oval Martin. I haven't seen too much of Dimitri in the last little bit after moving internationally from one international location to us to another. But he's back here again. Henry Moore's car number 6. Henry's had an up and down season, had some great results and a bit of a mixed bag otherwise, and he's won 3 races this season. At least 2 back to back, and I think he might have got a third from memory. So Henry looking to make it another stellar night for the young man. Neil Gardner, Captain 499. It's a rare night these days if we see Neil turn up. He's done a few laps here this week for Respectful Hornets Racing. Captain 499, Neil Gardner for ANZ. Fraser Smith back in the brown bomber livery. Car number 8 here tonight. 6,400 I rating, nearly 64 and a half. And his car number 8. Crazy stuff. Anne Medema back for the 3rd week in a row as car number 9. Great to see Anne back. Car number 10, ran out of top 10 starters, Paul Smithers from UK and I, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. And then we have the Australian domination into double digits, kicking things off with the 11 of Vasco Swarovski for Team Clowns Racing. Great to see Vasco out there. He had a good run in the warm-up race. Hopefully he can convert that to some decent results here tonight. Glenn Corrigan, car number 12 for Jim's Mowing. And hopefully he doesn't do too much mowing out here. There's plenty of grass out there, and if he can avoid it, that would be all good. Luke Whitten, lucky car number 13 for Team Milo. I guess he's the lead driver for Milo these days, since Russell Clark is off teaching internationally. We got Nick Carroll in car number 14, and that's a really nice livery. I remember seeing this livery on some drift cars in real life in Formula Drift. Nice little livery there. Donald Sabinow out there, car number 15, also for Team Milo, and he's had a lot of pace here. I've seen him in practice and I've seen him in the warm-up race, and as long as he can get a good run here, he will be right up there. Currently P6 in qualifying, and wrapping up the field for Team Clowns Racing is Mark Layer's car number 16, Alex.
That's it. Kane Halliburton's just qualified his second hot lap ahead of Hendrickson, provisionally on pole. Radek looks like he's coming around for his second crack. Devantier closing in on the final corner. See if he can move up. Sabinel's been bumped straight away. Yeah, as we see the Cowboy cross the line. What's he got for us? Only as good for the second row alongside the head clown. His teammate who has jumped up to P7, showing his purple patch of form is no fluke. Great job from Clark. Witten, I think he might be on a cool down lap. For this stage, starting out at 10th. Look at that. There's ANZ's sprinkled all through the top 10 there. Great steering there. Expect to see something from Nick Carroll though. The young man signed for Gary Rogers Motorsport earlier in the year, driving high-powered open wheels in his S5000 from memory. And he's quite racy. Likes to get the elbows out, but at the moment, unless he does something on what I think is his second time lap, Corey, he'll be starting at the back.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. I'm just having an eye on Glenn Corrigan, who's just come out of the final corner for his second lap. He's currently all the way down in 15th, and what has he got? Looks like he does not move. So Nick Carroll now is the man we're all watching as he's coming up to the line. It looks like he's got a fair bit of pace on him. 190k an hour as he crossed the line. And
nothing.
No time registered. He's still got one more lap, but does he have the time to do it, Alex? I think he does.
Yeah, he does. He's got the time. I'm not sure he's got the laps. The telemetry showed he's done 3 already, so maybe he hasn't set a time. So maybe he's bodged both.
You also got to remember, start finish line comes after the pit lane.
Yeah, right.
Exit.
Good
So that
point.
might be playing with the telemetry there a little bit.
Yeah, good point, mate. But it also, he's done 3. So everyone else has done 2. So that's finished. So unless Luke's got one in the bag, I'm not sure. But Nick Carroll, he's certainly going around at the moment. He's on the second half of the lap, coming out of that all-important turn 9 out the back. Oh no, through 8. Then through turn 9. It's really a flat stick run through the twisties out the back, out of turn 9. It's essentially one long straight to hit the final corner. Just give it a little feather on the brake to turn the nose. Let it run as wide as you like. There's a bit more in that one, Nick. Well, who am I to say, but he can throw it a bit wider. Let's see if you're right, Corey. And yes, you were, but he's only jumped up to P14. There you go. That was a bit of an anticlimax, shall we say, Corey?
Yeah, it was. I think the only person left to put in a second lap is Fraser Smith. But unfortunately, something happened to him on his second lap, and he decided to dodge it. So that is probably the way qualifying is just going to end here, Alex.
Yeah, she's pretty tight. Look at that. The entire field down to P15, separated by just 7/10 before we see Glenn Corrigan just outside the 1 second mark. The whole field separated by a second, but the top 15 by 7/10. That's pretty tight and pretty quality there, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. I'm just having a quick squiz through. The top 7 separated by 2/10.
Yeah, crazy. That's craziness. All right, that's the end of quality. Why don't we take a look at our grid? Kane Halliburton, perhaps no surprise to those in the know, starts on pole with a 15.8. Alongside him will be Henry Moore, that purple patch looking to continue for the blue cladded car of Henry Moore from UK9. Team Clowns, Vasco Sorowski. Speaking of purple patches in quali, just 0.135 off pole. The Team Clowns driver starting in 3rd. Alongside him will be Speedy Snails driver Sam Devanti, the Cowboy, out of 4th. Starting out of 5th will be Paul Smithhurst from UK&I. Alongside him on the 3rd row out of 6 will be Radek Kvitz from the Czech Republic. Starting out of 7th will be Team Milo's Donald Sabinal. 8th alongside him will be the second clown in the field, Mark Leif. Starting from 9th will be Captain 499 Neil Gardner for Respectful Hornets Racing. Off 10th will be Team Torpedoes, Tim Hendrickson. Look for him to try and move forward from there. Unusual spot for Tim to start. Starting out of 11th will be the other Team Milo driver in the car, Luke Witten. International Man of Mystery, Dimitri Filippidis for FPM Overmatine starts out of 12th. 13th off the grid tonight will be Anne Medema. 14th, Nick Carroll, Ryan Z. Fraser Smith starts from 15th, unusually. And Glenn Corrigan for Jim's Mowing Racing. Knackers, he starts out at 16th tonight, Corey.
That's right, Alex, and it should be a good race here. 16 of the best that we could throw together, and just Vasco Swarovski to take the grid by the looks of things. And this is the time when everyone starts picking up the heart pressure a little bit. As I see Vasco has hit the grid. We're all set to go here as the revs start to rise. The red lights mean rev. And the green lights mean go. We're underway for round 8 of season 32 Sunday Night Lights from Summit Point. You see everyone immediately trying to get over to the right side of the track, trying to get into that defensive line. Henry Moore, though, he went to the right, then darted straight back out to the left. He's trying to go for a move around the outside into turn 1 to take the lead, Alex. But it looks like it's not going to quite work out for him just yet.
No, but he can come back up into the draft there of Kane, Halliburton, Swarovski. A little bit of a gap there, but nothing to worry about there. And the very patient Cowboy, Sam Devantier, car number 1, sitting in 4th. He'll be biding his time. I can't see him making any too riskier moves before the closing stages of this one. But line astern they go. A bit of action deeper in the field. Oh, one's gone around already. Medema's been punted by the looks. The rear became the front very quickly and is out of this one. Has Anne gathered it up? TNT Racing? Yes. Yes, and back on the track is Anne Medema. Meanwhile, up the front, Halliburton leads the way from Moore, Swarovski, Devant. It's a long, let's face it, it's a single pack at this stage with the exception of Medema, who's off track and back on. But this is where the rubber starts to hit the road, where all the moves will need to be made. It's down here, and then of course at turn 5 at the end of the next straight. But these guys, look at them stringing out left, right, positioning themselves, thinking 3 wide in the background, the 2 Milo cars, their line astern otherwise. And they've settled on 2 wide now. Gardner up the inside of Witten in front. He's in a Milo sandwich. He's got Sabanal behind. Sabanal now coming under pressure from Philippides. Looking to use the run out of turn 1, pulls back in on the run through turn 3. And getting things done okay. But meanwhile up front, line astern they go. The times being so tight, the margins being so close. Oh, lock up behind. Oh, it was the 4 car of Radikovic. He got locked up on the inside of Smithhurst. Smithhurst perhaps lucky there that he wasn't punted into that famous turn 5 braking zone, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. The margins were very close on that one. Looks like both drivers able to keep going here, with Smithhurst taking over that 5th position. And a little bit of a gap starting to form between himself and Swarovski now. It's out to the tune of about, what's that, 6/10. So just over half a second between Swarovski and Smithhurst. And that's going to start opening things up here a little bit for our leaders. If they continue to battle back there, which it looks like they are, as Radek comes up on the inside of Smithhurst into turn 1. And he's going to make that move stick quite nicely.
Yeah, and Mark Lay looking to take advantage as well. He's now side by side with Smithhurst as well up the next straight into turn 3 there. Pulls back in behind. I want to see the move. I missed it. Devantier on Swarovski. I'm going to guess it's into turn 1 from the last lap. This is the previous lap. You can see Devantier sets it up well on the inside. I'm going to guess, yeah, Vasco gives it to him. Discretion, the better part of valor at this stage.
Oh, in the background, Alex, there's a bit of drama going on.
Oh,
I see
Gardner.
Ovaltine, Milo, and a Hornet.
Gardner gone. Let me just see what happened here. Oh, wow. That's a big, don't argue. Let me just get my timing right on this. We'll try again. Hit slow. Oh, you can see, I don't know if he's got all locked up there, but it's the car 7 of Neil Gardner. I don't know if he's already had a touch. And then it's been he and, is it Witten or Sabanal that's gone with him? They come across and Dimitri. Yeah, and Philippides has followed through. All right, let's go. Don't have time. It's all pretty frantic up the front still. As we'll save that to the armchair experts afterwards. Meanwhile, and we see Hendrickson's up 3 spots already. Not easy to do in this. Nick Carroll already moving forward with along with Fraser Smith and Glenn Corrigan. Knackers is up 4 as well. These two here, this is a pair to watch, actually. Nick Carroll and Fraser Smith. Very aggressive, very fast. Both of them looking to move forward from where they started. They've already started on that journey up 4 positions. Hendrickson's the other mover in the field up 3, but a few spots further up the grid. Did he start? The flying Dutchman for Team Torpedo. Meanwhile, it's still pretty sedate's not the right word, because they're fairly flying along up front. Halliburton, Moore, Devantia, Swarovski, and Kvitz has managed to hang on. I think he's close enough. No, he's just sort of in no man's land. Swarovski's pulling out to make sure he doesn't get the draft. Meanwhile, speaking of pulling out, Lay and Witten. Lay's going to take the inside line as you see Hendrickson make the move in front. Hendrickson gets it done. Lay looking to get it done similarly, does so. Or at least keeps the position, I should say. Defends from Team Milo's Luke Witten there that time round at turn 1, Corey.
Yeah, I was watching that little battle as well, Alex, and it looked like Witten got a little bit balked on the apex of the corner from Smithhurst. So that's why he just looked like he had so much overspeed in the mid-corner, had to jab the brakes, and that allowed Mark Lay to complete the overtaking manoeuvre. Back up the front with our leaders, and Kane Halliburton looks like he's just completely unfazed right now. Henry Moore hasn't really been providing him too much of a challenge, but Halliburton's just getting such a great exit out of turn 10. It looks like it's going to be very hard for any one of this top 4 to really try and challenge him for the lead here. But the draft is still there, and there's still every opportunity. If Henry Moore gets a decent run off the final corner, which it looks like he has now, he starts to pull out to the right, and he's side by side going down into turn number 1. He should, in theory, get the move made pretty easily here. Kane Halliburton is definitely one of the more tenacious drivers. He will fight this tooth and nail around the outside. And I think they're going to stay side by side as they head up into turn number 3 here, Alex.
Yeah, Halliburton, what a beautiful piece of driving that was to defend. There you go. He gets the defense done through turn 3. He'll have to come across a little bit. No, side by side now. You got Devantia showing the nose. Oh, it's very dangerous out there, and the Cowboy backs out. Halliburton, what a beautiful. Oh, Vasco's got a nudge from behind. Kvitz, he's just joined the pack and immediately say, hello, I'm here. Hello, boys. And that's joined Hendrickson onto the back as well. That battle through turn 1, as beautiful as it was, you see the difference in line there. Moore kept his lane on the inside, didn't cross over and keep Halliburton wide. Halliburton opened the corner right up, took a wider apex to allow room for the car inside, but got the better drive out and was able to defend by the time they hit turn 3. Beautiful driving from Halliburton there. And good room left there by Moore. He'll have to have a think about that strategy though. I imagine that gap between the two of them will close up as the laps wind down. This time, no line astern, they go into turn 1 once again. Kvitz closing up in the braking zone onto the back of the clown car of Vasco Swarovski. This time though, Hendrickson making his presence felt on Kvitz. He is up 4 positions now. Only improved upon in terms of the biggest mover in the field by Fraser Smith, who has overtaken Nick Carroll, and he's up 5 now at the expense of Carroll's 3. They were a matching pair of 4s until a couple laps ago, but you can see they're off the back by 3.5 seconds off Witten, who's the final car in this lead pack. The lead pack itself, I beg your pardon, is it one pig pack? Yeah, it is. All the way down to P9 in Luke Witten, with Halliburton on the front of this, with Moore hotly in pursuit, as is Devantia, who's always there and thereabouts, week in, week out, Corey.
That's absolutely right, Alex. Devantia has been super consistent so far this season, and we haven't seen him have too many dramas as, I think that was Kvitz getting off the line there, coming through the final corner. Just about come across the nose of Hendrickson, who at the end of the day makes a very easy move into 5th place. But that one little mistake brought the gap back out to about 6/10 as they go through turn 1 now. And it looks like the gap has closed up a little bit with having that small little bit of a gap for Hendrickson. He was able to just break that little bit later and close in the gap that little bit back to Swarovski. So we could see a little bit more action coming up here shortly, as 5 is the amount of people Tim Hendrickson has passed to get up to that 5th position, Alex.
Yes, and he's eagerly eyeing the 4 in front of him as well. The lead car of Halliburton doing a 15.6 last lap. Deep in the pack, Smithhurst with the fastest lap of the race with a 15.3 last time round. Importantly, Fraser Smith with a 15.9 in clean air is the next chaser, and he's not going to make a big dent in it. The times here are so close that bridging that gap of 4 seconds that he has to the back of this front pack is going to be tough work unless they start battling, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. It's probably going to be an insurmountable gap at the end of the day. The draft that you get along this front straight here is just really OP. Even with these cars that have very little to no downforce, the draft is still there. It still exists. And, you know, with them having a big 9-car pack like this, they're only going to be running faster and faster, especially as the fuel's burning off in these cars. And it's going to be just about impossible for Fraser Smith to close in. But we've seen him do some crazier things before, Alex.
Yeah, that's it. He's got his own battle with Carroll, though. If they're smart about it, they'll move forward and take advantage. But at the moment, that gap's open up by another half second. They're now 4.7 off the back. So they need to race a bit smarter. These guys up front aren't going to give it away. And there's a big enough pack, I tell you, for these guys to fight amongst themselves. Because the guy's buried deep. I mean, Witten's on the back of it. And he's got 8 cars in front of him. He's got to try and get it, you know, to move forward. And each move here, each overtake is so difficult. He's certainly got his work. As each person in this draft train, it's a bit of a draft lock at some respects. The front couple of guys. Here we go. Swarovski taking the defensive line. Cowboy giving him some draft by the looks. They're fanning out. The Ducks and Drakes are starting to start here, starting to commence. Swarovski defends. Moore goes up the inside as well. Halliburton showing how it's done. Oh, he's a bit wider this time on the exit of 1. And side by side they go for the lead. Side by side they go for P4. Cowboy looking to find his way. Halliburton gets it done before turn 3 this time, as does Hendrickson. Gets the move done. Around the outside seems to be where the grip and the drive are at this stage, Corey.
That's right, Alex. I heard a little bit of radio chat at that time as well. Sounds like Henry Moore cleared the throttle so slightly, so Halliburton could squeeze in there. They're not wanting to extend their fights beyond just the 1 corner, as to not entice anyone else to try and get involved in this lead battle by the looks of things. A little bit of smart heads-up play there from Henry Moore, as now he's stuck sitting in 2nd. Yeah,
it also might be not wanting to give his cars away too early. You never know, he might just have some kind of trump up his sleeve. But it really is now Hendrickson who has been the story of this one, up 6 positions from where he would normally, you know, not start, down in 10th. Here we go. Now the moves are starting 3 wide. Oh, a little bit of grass there for the Cowboy. The bucking Bronco underneath the Cowboy. The steel horse he's riding tonight. Oh, there we go. Hendrickson's into it. Halliburton, that wide line on X. Oh, it's a bit of a rub. Moore and Halliburton have a little bit of contact there. This time you'll see Halliburton side by side with the Cowboy. The Cowboy the outside of turn 3. Hendrickson looking to take advantage through 3, but down through 4, he has to tuck inside because he's coming under attack from a clown car, and you do not want to be on the outside of turn 4 coming into the braking zone at 5, where you take the title line to defend, and a side by side in the rear as well. It looks like Clowns and Milo's going side by side again. Still Witten gets it done on Mark Lay. This battle pack of 8, there's action everywhere. Positions changing left, right and centre, Corey.
That's right, Alex. These guys are starting to turn up the heat here a little bit, as I think we're going to have just 5 laps to go when we get the to the start-finish line this time. And Moore, what a move to make it into the lead. Now he's going to have to get on the defensive and hope that he can make it stick. But it looks like Halliburton did not get a good run that time through the final corner. He's got 5 laps to go. Here goes Sam Devantia up on his inside now. Halliburton in all the draft of Moore, tried to squeeze around the outside. That made him check up, and that has put the Cowboy into 2nd and side by side with Moore for 1st, Alex.
Unbelievable. Oh, is that Swarovski off in the background? No, it's Lay. Lay's gone off in the background onto the grass. We'll stick with our lead battle, and Devanti has got it done on Halliburton. Halliburton will be looking to attack then down into turn 4. Oh, Cowboy takes the inside line into 4 to give him the outside of 5 and come under threat from Halliburton. What's the torpedo got in the background? Halliburton looking to come up the inside. No, gives the corner side by side for the lead. What's he going to do through 6 now, through 7 to the Cowboy? Hangs out more to dry around 7, gets it done. On the run through the twisties. The Cowboys got 2 in 2 laps for the lead. Unbelievable stuff, Corey.
These guys are putting on moves that I couldn't dream of making, Alex. The way Devantia controlled his car up on the inside like that without pushing out into more was absolutely amazing. Now he's going to have all the work to do here as we've got about 4 laps left to run. Look at them squeeze all over to the right side of the track. Everyone trying to get every single little bit of draft. We're going to go 3 wide here into the braking zone of turn 1, and there might be tears after the end of this one, Alex. We'll have to wait and see, as Devantia did get passed by both cars, but he sticks on the inside and he's going to take back the lead once more. He was 3rd going into that corner, but he somehow managed to pull back out with the lead. It's amazing that these guys haven't made any contact yet in this little battle sequence. Of side by side, Moore and Halliburton still go through turn 3, and now here comes Hendrickson. He's looking to the inside. He's not going to get it there on Halliburton. And this race just kicked up a huge notch, Alex.
Unbelievable stuff there. Devanti, they drove past him. Halliburton went straight to the right. He got caught out the lap before. The door was shut at him on the outside by Moore. That time he learnt quickly, made it 3 wide straight away. They drove past Devantia. The Cowboy, as you say, he was in 3rd, and then all of a sudden he comes up the inside. Beautiful drive out and comes out in front. Unbelievable driving here. People said these things don't race well. Well, take a look at this, folks. This is how they race. These guys once again getting set for the major run through turn 1, the all-important run through turn 1. More tight on the Cowboy. This time Halliburton hasn't quite got the run. What's Hendrickson going to do? He's going to stick line astern, and this time, dare I say, sedately 2x2. Look at Halliburton trying to come underneath, but Devantia keeps the tight line. He'll have to defend around the outside. This probably will cost him 2nd spot. What's Hendrickson got? Is he going to come up the inside of Halliburton through 3? Yes, he is. Gets a bit of the yips over the bump on the run end of 3 on that inside line, but comes out. How's he done that? Around the outside, the Cowboy's done it again. Defending every corner through different lines. This time, oh, there are the contacts starting to start, the rubbing and the racing. It's all coming out now, Corey.
That's right, Alex. These guys are starting to fight for sheep stations on Hendrickson. That's unfortunate. I think he made the fence there as well. And, he's very bitter on the radio. I can hear it. I've got to mute the radio here real quick. But Sam Devantia, absolutely impressive driving here, managing to stick it in the lead of this race still as we're coming down the front straight. And, here goes Henry Moore now. He's looking for the move. He's gone to the outside once more. Sam Devantia sticking on that inside line. And Halliburton almost getting to the outside of Henry Moore. He had a couple of tries at it, couldn't quite get there. And let's see what's going to happen this time as they come out of turn 2 and down towards turn 3, Alex.
Beautiful drive once again on that inside line. Moore not quite getting it to stick the same way Halliburton was, not quite opening up the corner the same way. But importantly, the racing room is given, and Devantia takes every bit of it, leaving the 2 behind him side by side. Moore on the outside of 4. That's not going to be fun, but he's held it. Now has the inside to 5. And the 3 of them driving like champions. Beautiful work by the front 3 here. Devantia once again will cross the line for the penultimate time for the start of the final lap, leading this one once again. Surely he's played all the cards. All the tricks have been done, and they're all his. He's only got to do it one more time, Corey.
That's exactly right, Alex. As we come through the final corner for the penultimate time, and once they get past the pit exit, of course, it's going to be white flag, last lap, last chance to win it or wear it for the Cowboys, Sam Devantia. And here comes Halliburton now to the outside. Before it was Moore on the offensive. Now it's Halliburton who did squeeze his way up into P2. And what's going to happen here?
Oh, contact.
Oh, there's a little bit of contact with Moore, and that's put Cowboy right off of his line, and he is now stuck behind Halliburton. He's going to have it all to do here in the second half of the lap to try and take back this lead, Alex.
Yeah, he might struggle from there. A little bit of contact. I think it was between he and Moore as the final lap came through, and the rubbing really does become the racing. Swarovski shuffled back again as Kvitz went through. This time around the outside goes the Cowboy. Can he hang it around there? He's going to challenge Halliburton one more time. Throws the nose up the inside. It's not there. Halliburton covers expertly. And it's Halliburton's race to lose. What sort of drive can the Cowboy get out of turn 9 this time round? Beautiful tight line. Halliburton rounding off the corner nicely. He's taking a slightly defensive line, driving down the middle of the road on the approach to the last corner, but Cowboy chucks it up the inside. Can he hold the tight line? Halliburton will get the better drive. What are these two got to do side by side through every corner on the track? It's Halliburton from Devantia. It's 400 and more coming through the middle, side by side. They all go across the line. Unbelievable stuff. And Henry Moore came through and got it. The top three separated by a total of 4/100ths of a second, Corey. Unbelievable stuff. You with me, Corey? Press the button, mate. There it is. Pick yourself up, mate. It's all still happening.
I was holding my breath there for that entire second half of the lap, Alex. That was some intense racing. 3 wide across the line. Top 2 separated by 24/100ths. And then back to Sam, 39/100ths of a second officially. Oh, that was some incredible racing. And this track, Summit Point, never ceases to amaze us with the quality of racing that it can produce for us here on Sunday Night Lights, Alex.
Absolutely crazy stuff. I'm just trying to spot the bit where Moore passed Devantia. It must have been right on the line. Look at this. Oh, can I get a... Where's the start-finish line? Look at them. Side by side by side. Look at as they approach the line here. Fred's waving the checkered flag. Bang! Look at that. You couldn't separate them the whole race, and then you end up with something like that. And the top 5 there, unbelievably throughout the race. I mean, that pack was substantial all the way down through the race. I think it was 8 or 9 for most of the race. It gradually chipped away at reducing the numbers, and then. Oh wow! I feel for Devantia, Corey. He was just dominating the defence there in the latter third of that race, putting on some amazing driving, and just the quality of Halliburton shone through around this. They were side by side through the final corner again, and it's as you showed time and time again. Halliburton was able to get the drive around the outside and take it on for the win. Fantastic work.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. The other thing that wasn't working really in Devantia's favour there was that little slight bit of contact between himself and Moore going through turn 1, which ultimately led to Halliburton taking over the first position. But not to take anything away from any of those 3 drivers, because that was some close, intense, hard, fast racing. That's what we come here to see each and every single week, and 9 times out of 10 we get it. And the action just does not cease to amaze me with how these guys drive, Alex, and just how much skill they put on display for us here each and every single week.
Yeah, you can see why this combo is so popular amongst the drivers. Brought them all out. First 6K soft for the season from memory, and the racing was just outstanding. Unbelievable stuff. All right, let's take a look at our race results. Kane Halliburton, what a drive. He led the early stages, got shuffled a little bit, was trying all different things to get back past, and ultimately, side by side, got his nose in front for the second half of the last lap, and then came out strong. Devantia took it to him through the final corner, and he stuck to his guns and came away a winner by 24/100ths of a second from Henry Moore, who's come from the clouds to steal it from Sam Devantia, Speedy Snails, who finished in second and third, respectively. Fantastic drive by those 3 in particular. Standout performances. Hard to say the drive of the night honestly, but in my view, between Halliburton and Devantia, both put on stellar performances and split by more in the middle. It's hard to separate them. As you can see on the timing sheet, 2.5 tenths behind the leader was Radek Kvitz, who was up 2 positions. and started to show some of that quality that I talked about before the race. Great to see him have a good result representative of his skill and pace. Vasco Sorosky, the head clown. He dropped a couple from where he started. His quality's been on point lately, and his racing was picking up. He got the elbows out tonight. Looked like he was determined to have a finish worthy of his pace, and he's done pretty well there for P5, although I'm sure he wants to finish and grab his first win before too long for Team Clowns. Hendrickson drove well. He moved through the field, had a strong performance, and unfortunately got caught up between he and Vasco through the twisties on the closing stages there, bumped him back down to 6th for Team Torpedo. Fraser Smith, the biggest mover in the field, up 8 positions from where he started in 15th, if you don't mind, in this field. So tight that it was, such that it was. He finished in 7th. Just behind him, similarly, Nick Carroll moved his way through the field up 6 positions to finish in 8th. Glenn Corrigan for Jim's Mowing has finished in 9th tonight, up 7 positions from where he started in last position off the grid tonight. Strong performance from Knackers there. Mark Lay for Team Clowns. He sat and held his position where he started in P8 for the vast majority of the race. It wasn't until the closing stages that he was bumped back a couple to finish inside the top 10 for Team Clouds. Mark's been putting in some hard yards, found some great pace, and I expect him to finish a bit further up going forward. Just needs that little bit of luck to go his way. The International Man of Mystery, Dimitri Philippides for FBM Ovaltine. That's a mouthful. I always get it wrong. He's finished out there at 11th, although his teammate, I think, might have had to run the second split tonight. Dario Frattini, who normally, and he's a former SNL race winner, unfortunately he's out and about doing all sorts of different cars. Cost him in the I rating, he would have been in the second split. Poor bugger. Anyway, Anne Medema, after that early race incident, has managed to climb back some 17 seconds off the lead into 12th. Captain 499 for Respectful Hornets Racing, Neil Gardner there, and lucky 13th. Donald Savinol, first of the Team Milo drivers down there. 1 lap down after running through the pits in 14th. Paul Smithhurst, after being in and up to his eyeballs, starting from 5th on the grid, has been bumped down to 15th through some misadventure during the race. Luke Whitten, the other Team Milo driver, down in 16th. And rounding out our field, excuse me, no, that's it, 16. I thought it was 17 for some reason. Oh, well, Luke Whitten rounds him out there on track here tonight, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. What an incredible race it was there. These guys put on some spectacular action all the way throughout. And, again, I can't speak highly enough of the top 3. Halliburton, Moore, Devantia, absolute top tier racing the whole way through. It's just unfortunate that, it was only the 3 of them battling for the win. I wish we could have gone 5 wide, but this track isn't wide enough for that, Alex.
No, that might have been struggled down for sure. But fantastic work all around. Really enjoyed that one. Let's have a chat. We'll grab them in finishing order. We'll start with Mr. Henry Moore. Henry, mate, I was just saying at the end there, you've come from the clouds. I didn't think you had a hope, and then you split them up the middle and grabbed P2, mate. What a race. Hopefully it was enjoyable for you as it was for us to watch.
Yeah, it was really fun. Shame I didn't get the win. I thought I had it on the line, and then I had to put a bit of steering in, and it just ruined my momentum a bit. But yeah, that was really fun. Good P2. Kane's obviously really fast, so it's good that I got P2.
Yeah, mate, he showed it. What did you think? So a couple of times there, I watched him go around the outside at turn 1 to defend, and he looked like he was getting the drive out of the corner. Did that play in your mind at all? Is that what you were seeing?
I think the outside and inside are quite fair here, because the outside at turn 3, believe it or not, is probably a bit better because you don't have the curb on the inside, which slows you down. But obviously on the inside, you can control the corner a bit more. It's hard to say really, but
yeah, it looked like both could work, and we saw that in good effect throughout the race actually, and in particular even in the final corner where that old adage of taking the racing line, where the 2 in front of you were side by side, really paid off for you in the end, mate. But again, spectacular racing. A lot of people wondered about the racing in these cars, but you combine these cars with this sort of track and this sort of quality, a 6K strength of field, mate, and this is what you get. Bumper racing out there. Congratulations. Hopefully, it draws a few more people in.
yeah, hopefully, exactly. We had good participation this week because of obviously it's a free track and it's a good track. But after seeing that, I hope everyone comes along for next week.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Well, congratulations, P2. Another strong performance. Seemed to have evened out the keel after a couple of rough ones, couple of wins, couple of rough ones, and now she's all smooth sailing, hopefully, for the rest of the season. But congratulations again, mate. Anyone like to give a shout out to tonight?
Yeah, well done to Kane for winning, Sam for the run to the line, and thanks to you guys for commentating every week.
Beautiful. Thanks, Henry. Look forward to talking to you again soon, mate.
Yeah, you too, guys.
There you go, Corey. Henry Moore finished second here tonight. Strong performance again, and yeah, sounded like he had a bit of fun out there, which is to be expected. You there, mate? Hit the button. No,
Absolutely.
There we go.
Yeah,
There he
I
is.
got it. I found it eventually. Yeah, Henry Moore, what can I say? He has just been absolutely on pace ever since he first came and raced with us back at the latter stages of last season. And yeah, he's only been getting quicker and quicker. And if we can get Halliburton out for a few more races, that's only going to help encourage people like Moore and Demantia to grow more with the speed that he can put down. I mean, granted, Devantia is a higher I rating, but he just doesn't quite have the consistency of Halliburton, and that's something that Henry Moore can definitely learn from with the both of them, and he will become a very, very big force to be reckoned with within the next couple of seasons, I think.
Oh, if not already, mate. Yeah, spot on there. But now it's time for, you guessed it, we'll bring him up, the cowboy, Sam Devant. Sam, mate, can I tell you, I'm picturing you on the line just gritting your teeth. Stellar performance in the closing stage just to get robbed on the line, mate.
I probably shouldn't have done that in the last corner. Let's be real here. I probably shouldn't have done it.
Well, I don't know, mate. You got to go for the win on the final corner. You're only ever going to get second if you didn't go for it. You got the chance at the win and you just had more come through from nowhere. Stephen Bradbury style to steal it from you on the line.
Just like I said, I shouldn't have done it, but hey, piece 3 is not bad as well. I can't complain with that tonight. Pretty good moves, not gonna lie. Pretty good moves.
Yeah, tell me, the sort of the last third of the race where you were leading there and defending. I couldn't believe it, mate. Inside turn 1, outside turn 4, turn 3, outside turn 5 a couple of times. Beautiful stuff.
The secret is there's a direct drive now, and that's the secret.
Yeah, beautiful. That, mate, and some beautiful steering to go along with it. But congratulations, mate. Not only just on the result, but on some beautiful driving out there. Really enjoyed the three of you and the battle you put on. Congratulations. And is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to tonight?
Just you guys always every single weekend. Yeah, congrats to Henry and Kane.
Beautiful. Thanks, Sam. We'll talk to you again soon, mate.
Yep, see ya.
There you go, Corey. Well, maybe I was too excited. That's the most sedate I've heard the cowboy in a while.
I mean, I think he was pretty sedate last week as well, but both of us were absolutely pumped up. We could have finally seen Sam break through for a win here in the Formula Fords, and it would have been great for his championship hopes as well. And what can I say? Sam is our hopes and dreams right now as far as an Aussie winning the title. So hopefully we can see him battling just like that for the rest of the season, because if he does, he's definitely in with a shot at the title this year.
Yeah, mate, he's putting the yards in. I mean, he's nearly up to 8,900. He's on the road to 9K at the moment. Not many people are doing that. And really, mate, old head on young shoulders there from what I'm seeing from Sam at the moment. Really impressive stuff. Now, let's grab our final person from the green room here, Mr. Vasco Sorofsky, the head clown himself. Looked like put on another great quality performance. Had the elbows out there in the middle, mate. Didn't look like you were taking curry from anyone there tonight.
Evening, guys. Yeah, rubbing's racing, they say, right? Okay. What can I say? There's a few feathers ruffled in all this, but yeah, no. I forgot how to drive out of that last corner, and it cost me pretty much everything. So it made me fight for when you wouldn't think you would have to. And Radek put up a good fight, and there was points there that you sort of had to do what to do to stay where you are, sort of thing. Yeah, and then coming out of the hairpin, they all checked up really slow. The car in front of me was really slow coming out of it, so I saw the opportunity. I had to wheel up the inside, and there was a big hole there until it got really tiny all of a sudden. But so sorry, yeah, for the bump, but the way that racing was going, mate, and the way everyone was in there, that's the form of racing it was, I guess. No regrets, just regret not winning. They're just too fast. Regret forgetting how to take that last corner, but pretty awesome, mate. That pressure was on everywhere. I think from everyone in front, you could see it. Every corner they were all a bit tentative around each other, and yet they were still all going for it. So it was pretty awesome to watch.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I don't know. Was there enough going on around you that you had time to look at the battle in front, or was it just all eyes forward, looking after your own race? Because it looked pretty spectacular either way.
The battle in front was all we were watching, especially because we couldn't get them down the straight at all. We're always losing a bit of time, and just watching that and just getting a bit grumpy that those guys are doing so awesome. But mate, even if you got right on them, there was free cars that were, very quick, and that's all the track could hold at the time. I don't know where you're going to put the car number 4 in there. So and pretty much, mate, everyone, there was very little mistakes in all that from the guys in front, definitely, and so made it really hard to do anything. I had my eyes glued in the mirror because everyone kept eating me down the straight. So that wasn't the fun part. But anyway, it was good fun. Yeah, I hope everyone around thought it was a good race. Yeah.
Yeah, good one, mate. Look, nice to hear a smile in your voice after one of these. Even though it's P5 in a 6K soft, you've picked up 62 rating if you don't mind for P5. That doesn't happen every day. Fantastic racing out there tonight, mate. From all involved in that front pack was just amazing. So great to be a part of that sort of stuff. It can only come out better on the other side for the experience as well. All those involved. Good stuff. So congratulations on the result tonight. Top 5, mate. Anyone like to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Oh, you guys, you and Corey for putting this on every week. The other races for coming out and, mate, battling so hard and keeping everyone so fast because, what is it? I forget the saying, but something, soar with eagles, turkeys, something. But these guys all fly, mate. They're awesome. When all the other drivers were coming out. So, yeah, great stuff.
Yeah, that's it. I can see Kane down there, but I'm not sure if he wants to have a chat or not. We might duck it down saying g'day, and if he wants to, just let me know. Just pop in the green room or something, just in case. But listen, regardless, well done, mate. I don't know about the turkeys and eagles and stuff, but it was a good drive. Well done, mate. Talk to you soon, eh?
It's late. I'm really tired. I'm exhausted. That took a lot of effort. Thanks, guys.
All right, mate. Talk soon. See you, mate. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
There you go, Corey. That was the head clown, Vasco Swarovski. I've dropped him down with Kane, who has joined the Discord once again, just checking whether he wants to come and say g'day after another stellar drive. But that was Vasco. I haven't seen him that aggressive in a while, and it ended up with a decent result. Quite often he'll be on the wrong side of that, so I guess luck's got to go your way sometime, right?
Yeah, that's right, Alex. It's great to see Vasco up there having a great race after about 3 or 4 weeks ago, him having the absolute horrid luck of just not being able to finish a race at all. It's great to see him, having a real good run, and he was right up there in the top 4 for the majority of the race, especially after the front pack fractured there a little bit. But, you can't take anything away from him. He is an incredible racer. And as you said, this is the most aggressive we've seen him. And if this is Vasco Swarovski 2.0, then I am all for it. And I hope he comes back next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we do have a special treat here tonight. Oh, hang on. I've got him. Let me just... I've got to unmute him unless he's muted himself. Rolls. Hang on. We'll chuck him in the regulars. See if I can't fix that. Right click, trying to get him to unmute. Unmute, see how we go. Do you want to try and unmute yourself, Kane, while I get everyone to talk amongst themselves for a sec? Hopefully he can figure that out, but I had so many questions too. He's out and he's back here. There we go. Welcome, Kane Halliburton, for the first time to the Top Split TV booth. Congratulations on a fantastic win. Geez, they made you work for it tonight, mate.
Yeah, that was a really fun race, as usual. When I see these names in the lobby,
You still with us, mate?
Hello, hello.
Yeah, there you
Testing.
go. Perfect. Yeah. Look, can I tell you, the first time I saw you rock up for one of these in a long time, I think we were still in the skips and it was at Brands Hatch. You put it on pole. You attacked turn one like I'd not seen before, and that was the end of the race. Everyone was racing for second, right? And then since then, we've seen you a couple of times. The last time I think we saw you was at Hereth, and I thought you finished third there from memory, and the guys took it to you. They took it to you again tonight, but you've come out on top with a stellar drive, mate. Is it fun? Is it the racing out there? It looks like you're having a ball.
Yeah, it's always fun in this car with this group of drivers. You know, when you're racing drivers you can trust, then it's always going to be enjoyable, no matter what track or what car you're driving around.
Yeah, beautiful. Now tell me one last thing. Was the strategy in you when you're in front to defend turn one from the outside and get the drive around, or was it just wherever the car went?
It depended on how good of a run the driver behind had. You know, if they had a really good run and there was a chance they'd be clear of me, then I'd go to the inside. Otherwise, I was confident in my braking abilities to hold it around the outside and get the drive off the corner.
Yeah, beautiful. Open up that corner, carry the speed through, and get the better run out. Beautiful. And then the finish. Tell one more thing. Indulge me one more. The finish. Were you worried at all? Henry Moore coming from nowhere, split the two of you. Did you ever think he was a threat for the win?
He had me worried for a split second there, but my it played into my hands really. I knew Sam would go for it on the last corner, and yeah, it was just a chance I had to take. Let him have the inside, trying to get the run. Hope Henry didn't get it on the line.
Yeah, beautiful. Well done, mate. Really nice to hear those sort of tactics and thinking come through, and certainly was displayed out there on track. Thank you for joining us both on track and for a chat, mate. It is very much appreciated. Great to see you out there having a bit of fun, mate. But anyone you'd like to say g'day to, thank, or give a shout out to tonight before we let you go?
Just the usual. Thanks to you guys for the broadcast. Thanks to all the drivers who show up, make it a fun time.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, Kane. Great to see you and hear your voice. Finally, I can hear that little Jamaican accent, then, if I'm not mistaken, after the flag. But very good, mate. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you again soon, mate.
Maybe. See you guys.
See you, mate. There you go, Corey Kane Halliburton. You can see where the flags come from there. Love to hear that deep, rich, little Jamaican accent there.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's fairly soft-spoken too. I had to actually swap over to the app rather than using the website just so I could hear him clearly. But you know, he is so damn good on track. As you were pointing out, you know, that race at Brands Hatch, that was just magical to watch the way that he just attacked turn one each and every single lap. And you know, the confidence that he has to just defend around the outside around here. You know, it just goes to speak to the skill of the man, and we are so blessed to have him, you know, pop up with us occasionally and have a run against what I would call, you know, our top drivers. And you know, I hope we could see him come through more because you know, watching him race is just something else. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it, mate. 100%. Great to see him out there. Softly spoken, maybe, but he leaves it all. That's what he does on the track, do the talking for him. Beautiful driving, as always, as we've come to expect from Kane. But that, folks, after a spectacular night of racing, that might do us. Really enjoyed that one. And again, really big thank you to the drivers for putting on an amazing show. I'm sure if I troll back through that one, there's one lap in particular I'm thinking about that might be worth a shout to the iRacing folks to see if we can't get a bit of a top 10 out of it. But as I said, that'll do us, folks. Corey, do you want to let the folks at home know what you got coming up this week?
So on Wednesday on the Aussie Sim Commentator channel, twitch.tv/Aussie_Sim_commentator, we have round number 4 of the Output Racing League Season 2 2023. And we're going to be going to the famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Gladiator 150 64 laps. around the amazing circuit of Indianapolis in the Gen 4 Cup cars, which should be pretty interesting. If it's anything like last week, then pack a lunch because it's going to be a bit of a long one. But I'm sure the drivers will pick up their axe a little bit here in the near future. Apart from that, maybe a couple of streams here and there if I can find the energy and the time to do it. And then back here with you next week, Alex, as we go and tackle the first of 2 British tracks in Donington Park.
Yeah,
Winter
nice one.
hard.
Yeah, I think it might be the Grand Prix layout. So not my favourite national layout, but we'll take it because Donington's a hat full of fun as well. But don't forget to go check out this race replay and all those replays from 32 seasons of Sunday and Monday Night Lights over the Top Split YouTube channel, or otherwise back here next week, as Corey said, on Top Split TV on Twitch, where we bring you the greatest action. I think you can agree. The greatest action you see on iRacing with stuff like we saw tonight. But that'll do us, folks. On behalf of the Chaotic One, Mr. Corey Steinhauser, I'm Alex McKellar saying thank you to everyone who supports the series and the racing out there, both on track and off. It is very much appreciated. And until next time, I will say ciao for now.